What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back in gear mode here in the studio today for this episode on the Joe Bunn channel, and we are talking about a brand new controller from Pioneer, the DDJ-FLX10. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We drop new content every single week. Make sure you give the video a big old thumbs up, and of course, leave a comment, because I personally like to go through, read them, and respond to you guys, all right? So let's address the elephant in the room, right? You've already seen this, right? You've already gotten on YouTube. You've already seen it. Your boy Cleveland Terry's already made a video. Your boy Mojax has already made a video on it. I get it, right? But they must have gotten it from Pioneer. So this is probably one of the first ones from the retail end of things. And you know what? I had to buy mine. Pioneer didn't send me one. I bought it because I wanted it, and I got it now. So shout out to Ben over at NLFX, Ben at NLFXpro.com. We'll put a link down below. Of course, if you want to reach out to him and see if they have any in stock. I don't know how hard that is to get, but I'm assuming pretty hard. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the Flex 10. Okay, so this controller, the Flex 10, is replacing the Pioneer DDJ-1000. From what I know, that is now discontinued. So this is your upgrade, and it really is an upgrade. I will say this, looks, feels very similar to the 1000. If you're used to Pioneer, the buttons are pretty much in the same place. You got your platters, you got your hotkeys below, you got your Q and play button, but they've added a few key features that we're gonna talk about today. Before we even talk about the top, I wanna talk about the back. So we wanna talk about the back first. You've got your traditional balanced XLR outs. You've also got RCA outs. Your booth output is still 1/4 inch. Of course, you got your ground. And this is a 4-channel controller, so you've got your 4 channels here. You can also run turntables into this if you wanted to. You've also got this DMX jack, which is for record box lighting from what I understand. Now, speaking of that, I didn't mention this earlier, but this controller, for the first time, actually runs Serato and record box, which is Pioneer's proprietary DJ software. So if you'll recall, when the DDJ-1000 came out, it was first record box only. Serato users like myself were furious. And then eventually, I don't remember how many months later, the DDJ-1000 SRT, which stood for Serato, came out. So now the Flex 10 takes care of both of those. It runs record box and Serato. All right, let's get back to looking at the back. So you've also got brand new USB jacks. For the first time ever on a Pioneer controller, these are USB-C, and now you've got your microphone inputs, one XLR, 1/4 inch right here on the back. You've got control right on the top, and then of course you've got your DC converter in. All right, gang, so here we are taking a look at the Flex 10 from the top down. Little camera rig we've done here today. Very similar layout if you are a Pioneer user at all or a Pioneer DDJ-1000 user and you're thinking about upgrading to the Flex 10. Jog wheels, super responsive, nice little feel to them. You got a little different contouring here on the side, so if you do your speed up and slow down on the side, you'll need to get used to that. Jog feel as usual. Q play, same spot, Q play. You've got your hot cues here, your sample pads, whatever you want to call them. The one thing I did notice was on the pitch control, there is no middle notch. So if you need that middle notch, you're going to be missing that. I think most house DJs hate the middle notch. So the middle notch is now missing from the Flex 10. Super cool, 4 channels. The up and down faders feel great. Your sampler and everything is in the same spot. Your color is all in the same spot. Your EQ, your microphone control here, master level, boost level, of course your LEDs, so you are not going in the red or right there, and then LEDs on each one, or peak meters on each one. Mag level fader, super responsive and crispy. I think even scratch DJs would like this, which I'm not. You've got a little bit different display. You can switch between different modes now. You got your traditional display. You can have your logo here. You can switch between the different displays if you want to. I'm still obviously using my laptop over here to my right, so that's what I usually am focused on, trying not to get Serato face. There's a few things on here that are record box specific I'm not going to talk about today because I don't know anything about record box. I'm a Serato guy, right? But the main thing that you'll notice that's different about the Flex 10 than the DDJ-1000 is that they have really done a good job on focusing on the stems, which is kind of the new hotness for Serato. I think Rekordbox had it a little bit before that, but you'll notice these buttons here, here, and then also this guy here, which we'll talk about. So let's kind of see what these buttons do here. A little Beyonce remix. And you got all three parts in right now, the drums, the vocal, and then the melody, right? Let's just say you want to hear only the vocal. Bring the drums back. Bring it all back. Just the melody or the instruments, just the drums. Super cool, right? So, I mean, so many different options you can do with that. You know, take the vocal from one and the instrumental or the drums from the other, make your own custom blends and mashups and edits. I mean, there's so many options with that. Now, let's check out this feature here. Like if you want to take one of the stems and put effects on it, you can do that. Straight up. So let's take the vocal. So if you want to just take one part of the song, isolate it, and then put an effect on it, whether it's up here or down here and all your different choices, you can do that. So again. So you got so many different options here for taking different parts of the song and isolating them and putting different effects on them. So again, I can think of tons of different uses for that. Man, I definitely think that this unit as a whole is going to be my primary piece of gear from now on. So that is your first look. Just kidding, I know you've seen it before. That is my look at the Pioneer DDJ-FLX10. So far, just playing with it basically today only. I got it out of the box a few days ago. I set it up. Saquon has shown up here to shoot the video. We've shot it. It's really the first time I've put my hands on it, but that is your look and my look really at the Flex 10. If you're just taking it out of the box and wanting to go play with it and you're used to the DDJ-1000 or any Pioneer controller, I think you're gonna be ready to rock pretty quickly. As always, test it at your studio, test it in your garage, make sure that everything's working with it, make sure you understand what the buttons do so you don't get to a gig and freak out. But all in all, it's ready to rock. Love, love, love this new addition to the Pioneer controller line. Shout out to Ben at NLFX for giving me a great deal on it. I paid for it. You guys always think I get all the free gear. I do not. I must not be that important. I paid for this, love it. Gonna probably put it in the Bunn Gear Command Center and start using this as my primary controller and retire the 1000 to the wall over there like I got the rest of them. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Again, please subscribe to the channel, big old thumbs up, and leave a comment. Love to talk to you guys on the old YouTube. Thanks, see you next week.